K-Rock, Mid-Atlantic Rockview's Marmy Rock Show. I am here with Nate from Shaman's Harvest. They're out on the Hell Pop Tour right now. Nate, welcome to the show.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me.
So, man, excited to see you again. We've seen you multiple times before, and you are, of course, out on the Hell Pop Tour. So tell folks a little bit about how amazing this tour must have been. I've seen you selling out all over the place.
Yeah, man. It's great for us because we ain't got to do no work. We just show up and do our thing, play a few songs, and the tour's been fantastic. Like I said on stage, the whole crews have been fantastic. Everybody's helping each other out, and man, I really think it's the biggest tour of the summer.
Now, this is probably a little different than a lot of the shows on the festival today, or the tour today, because I call it a festival because it kind of has that feel. Have you played here before?
No, this is our first Shot of the Acre show, yeah.
So reflect on this place a little bit.
Man, if you've never been here, it's you walk in and you can smell the barbecue going, which is, I'm obviously a fan of barbecue, just look at the size of me. And they got cold beer and moonshine flying all over the place. Everybody, I swear to God, half people out here got moonshine.
So I notice out there now, the single "Here It Comes" is doing real well. It's got a great bluesy feel to it. So tell us a little bit about that song.
Yeah, it was a song that just came, one of them 5-minute songs, man, that just like, let's do this, and we just kind of cranked it out real fast, and it had a nice little swanky feel to it, and so we figured we'd throw it on the album. But it was funny is when we wrote it, it was actually for the previous record, the Shine record, and it wasn't good enough then for some reason. But all of a sudden we tracked it for this one, and we needed the extra songs, and lo and behold, it's become a single. And matter of fact, it's the year before, it was on NFL Sunday night or something like that. Monday Night Football is what it was on.
You guys have kind of really exploded in the last year. I mean, you were always a big, well-established band, but I mean, do you sense the last year, has it been obviously the most epic year for you guys?
Yeah, it's been insane. Like, we've never been able to do, financially afford a headlining tour before, but that's the first time we did that this year. Yeah, man, it's been wild to watch. I see the people singing songs, and not just the radio singles, but deep in the tracks, and that's a new thing for us.
What was the catalyst? What do you think was the moment that launched you to that next level?
I really think In Chains was when In Chains came out, that single. I think it was the one that it seemed to kind of tip the scale a little bit more in our favor. It was a little. After that song came out, it was a little less work that we had to put into stuff,
So I saw a post the other day. You guys were at the beach, and you said somewhere in there, whoever posted, listening to Skynyrd.
Yeah.
And I really, when I hear you guys really have that southern kind of bluesy style. Yet you have such a following amongst bands that love In This Moment and Hell Yeah. Why do you think that happened? That you're one of those bands that crowd loves.
I don't think that. I don't know why it is with that demographic per se, but I mean, I think people are just like artists, They want a little diversity in their life, They want a little diversity in their music. I don't know very many people that only listen to 2 or 3 bands, and that's the only style they listen to. So I think if you just do what you do well, you can go pretty much sit with anybody on tour, I think. Maybe not like Hatebreed or something, but
I don't know, man. You guys, it's like
I like watching.
You're going out with Avenged Sevenfold, right? You got to tour on a date with them soon. So.
Yeah. Who knows?
Are there any bands like that you had? I mean, you've been a musician a long time. Do you ever still kind of get that wow moment with any band? Hey, I'm sharing the stage with this band. Are there any?
I get it every night with Vinnie Paul, man. Every time really all those guys. And, I get pretty excited about it. The people I get excited about are the people I'm friends with, that I've become friends with. I do have, there was one time Slash was on stage, and we went on right before him, and I was like, holy shit, he's stepping in my sweat right now. And then at the end of the show, I think it was Rock on the Range or something like that. At the end of it, or one of those festivals, at the end of it, he gave me a swig of his whiskey right out the bottle, so that might have been I fangirled a little bit. Don't tell anybody.
We won't tell anybody. It'll just be on the radio show.
So, like, you know, you're getting ready to go on a second leg of this tour, and yet you're taking, quote, time off to tour with play with some other huge bands.
Yeah.
You guys don't take a lot of time off, do you?
No, we don't. I mean, which is a bummer in the sense of, you know, we all like to work, but it's a bummer in the sense of we need time to write another record, but if people keep asking us to tour, we're going to keep on working too, so we're not good at writing records on the road. We've been trying, but it's one of those things you got to have a space in your head. It's just a quiet. Sometimes I need quiet. You know what I mean? You don't get that on the road at all.
Not many bands can do both at the same time.
Yeah.
You guys, man, you know, seen you a bunch of times. You're getting ready to head out on Shiprock, so reflect on that a little bit. Like, what's that meant to you to get named, and what are you anticipating on that boat?
I have no idea. I'm slightly scared.
Oh, don't be scared.
I'm excited. I don't know if we're going to survive it. We all have drinking problems because rock and roll, I blame. But, you know, we'll see. I'm going into it with a completely open mind, but we've been trying to get on Shiprock for 4 or 5 years, so whenever we got the call, we're like, yeah, and they're going to pay us.
So, hey, you guys are offering on all these tours VIP experiences. So, tell people a little bit about like what they get if they do the VIP experience.
Yeah, so it's a little different than other people do. You know, we kind of just sit down, hang out a little bit, drink a beer, and if there's something fun to do in that town, like ride a roller coaster together or something like that, we'll do that.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, just what we try to take more time than some other bands do, and I understand why they can't, but we're able to. So we usually do it up on the bus and take pictures and ask questions and answer questions. We usually ask more questions than they do because it's somebody else to talk to other than each other for once. They're kind of tired of talking to each other.
So I was going back researching this today, and I rewatched the Dangerous video. Man, that thing has like a weird message to it. Like, tell me about the Dangerous. You don't know what it's about either.
Yeah, it's just pink teddy bears. I don't know. I think the treatment for it was there's these girls that are in a sweatshop. I guess what they call that when they steal people.
Oh yeah, like human trafficking.
Human trafficking. So it's human trafficking in their sweatshops, and they're sewing cocaine into these pink teddy bears. And I think she gets like these superhero powers at the end.
It kind of looked like that, yeah.
Feeling super dangerous about it. And then she, you know, the guy's abusing her and stuff, and she finally uses her superhero powers on him, and he explodes into oblivion. I don't know what it means. I have no idea. It's not relevant to the song in any way whatsoever, but it looked cool, so we were in. That was our first like video where there's like a director and things like that. You know, so it was dope because we thought we were gonna make a video with like a couple of GoPros or something like that. You know, cheap bullshit.
I wasn't sure what kind of answer I was gonna get to that. So it's kind of actually the answer that kind of makes sense.
I don't have one. That's the sad thing.
So, hey, one more thing I want to ask you about, and I hope it's okay to ask you about. You know, you battled a thing with throat cancer, and just, you know, we have so many friends battling that. Tell us about a rock singer the moment they say throat cancer. I mean, I can't imagine.
It was a oh shit moment for sure. I was at the studio. I just got there. I was actually pulling up the driveway, and the doc called. And at first it was like a lymphoma, but it wound up being this rare form. One out of every million people get it.
Wow.
Yeah, so they didn't know how to cure it, and you know, so like all that was hit me, and I'm like at the studio, just like shit. What am I going to do now? So the thing about cancer is, I mean, some forms are worse than others, obviously, but I really think if you can focus on not having cancer, like that's not your everyday. I mean, yeah, you got to go to treatments. I had to go to treatments every day, but all I could think about was getting back to the studio and making, you know, what am I going to do on this lick here? Should I go up here? Should I turn this into a minor key? You know, should we change this? I mean, that's all I was thinking about was songs and lyrics, and so I was blessed to be able to have something to focus on. Not everybody has that.
Did it set you back singing wise? Like, you hear throat cancer and you hear a singer. Like, how did you function? What was your strategy to get through that?
The worst part about it wasn't really the cancer so much as the treatments. That was the hardest part vocally. because you quit making spit and all kinds of stuff, radiation. But I saw a vocal coach for the first time ever for that record, and because I needed to with all this shit going on. And she taught me how to sing around some of those things.
Oh wow!
So and sometimes I get tired during takes, and there's songs on there. There's a song on there I had to do a line at a time. I did a line and I had to rest, and then I lose my voice, and then I'd have to wait about an hour and a half, and I'd do another line. I'd wait another hour and a half, and do another line, sing a line. There were some tough parts, and then there was moments. There's a song on there called Silent Voice. It's the last song on the record, but kind of right before Dragonfly. It was the first time I was able to be like, okay, I'm okay. I can do this. That was the first time my vocals just came back for that one day. Just happened to come back, and it wasn't back the next day, but that one day I had, and that was a good little kind of uplifting moment for myself anyway.
So completely recovered, man. Good to go.
Yeah,
man. That's awesome.
Good. I can't really afford any more treatments anyway, so that's a good thing. Things are expensive.
Yeah,
I was like $500,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But they know they ain't gonna get it, so it's all right.
Well, man, I appreciate you spending the time with us here at the MARR Rock Show, and good luck on the rest of the Help Hop tour. I guess the second leg of the Help Hop tour.
Yeah.
So thanks so much.
Hey, man.
And we look forward to seeing you on Shiprock.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good Lord, I'm scared.